And y'all, what's up? What's up? What's up? I don't like that. That's Martin Lawrence. I'm gonna take that away. We're gonna do that again. What's going on, everybody? It's your family in the building. Thursday, 7 o'clock. You know what time it is. The Crush Sports Talk. I'm your humble co-host, EGlaze, and with the Doug Williams
yes, sir,
on today.
Paying homage. Just because I disliked that team in DC, you got a little dub.
Hey man,
you got a little dub.
I'm surprised you pull out. Grambling. We got to give love, but this my guy Maceo. Herb, how you doing, Herb?
I'm mad. It's Gucci. It's Thursday. Olympics. Olympics been going on a long time now. It's officially been a long time.
But I'm enjoying it. I'm addicted, man.
Yeah,
I don't watch nothing else. Even when they show the reruns, I'm watching it again. Like maybe I missed something, but watch it again
for sure.
We definitely gonna dive into some Olympic talk. Hey man, we got guests coming in tonight.
Dude, LigoSports. I can't wait for y'all to meet these people. Technology at its best. I'm going to let them explain it all. Right. It's for the culture, baby. For the culture. For all you coaches, need all my coaches to tap in. This is a program that you're going to need in your life real soon. Just like you needed Huddle, this is the program you didn't know you needed, but you need it.
We're going to bring them in later in the show, let them talk about it and get into it. We got to test their sports knowledge, too, so we're going to see
they're here.
We're going to see what they're talking
about. The sports guys, they're dads, all that stuff.
But we got to start, Maceo, and last week was Hall of Fame game.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is official week 1 preseason.
No, tonight.
Oh, my bad.
Tonight, all weekend. Listen.
Look at my clock. Oh, it is Thursday the 8th.
We will not be with that. We will have football all the way to February from this day forward.
All the wives who had their fun.
Right.
The chores are done.
Honey-do list
is over.
Over with.
You got to wait to February. You should have got them all in.
Should have got them all. Man, listen, you should have had that list on that refrigerator every day.
Every day.
It's over.
But it's over with now.
It's over now.
But to let you go ahead and start, man. What you want to talk about first?
So we got to start Olympics today.
Okay.
Noah Lyles couldn't get the double. I thought he did the hard part in getting the 100.
Mm-hmm.
Bronze for Noah Lyles in the 200. An event that's his event.
Yeah.
You're the track guy. You're the resident track guy on the squad. Talk about it.
So I know what has came out in the news lately.
Yeah, they're spinning the thing, but okay.
He's got COVID. He's got allergies or asthma.
Yeah.
The whole thing contributed to him. My problem with that was when Noah first came out, he was jumping, he was hype, he was, he
was doing Noah things.
Sometimes there's just some people that's going to be better. Because the cat that won it, the guy from Botswana, ran a 1940s dude, 9.
Rolling.
The 4th fastest time in 200 history behind Usain, Michael Johnson, and him. I can't think of his name. I apologize for the kid. But, it just wasn't his day. I don't know if he wouldn't have had COVID. Could he have gotten in 1940? That's a low run. That boy got out. There's a thing that sometimes, I saw a guy at the 400 hurdle yesterday who was talking a lot of trash, but when he got around that curve, he was so far, that hamstring, the quad didn't work as well.
Boy, it didn't fire.
I'm not saying he's making excuses. I'm not making excuses for him. But they held on to that a little bit too long, especially when we still talk about COVID like it is.
Yeah.
Now, so if he had COVID, he couldn't breathe, he got bronze, that still was good. That was good.
Right.
I'm sure he'll tell you that wasn't the goal. The goal was 2 goals. That's why he ran it. He didn't run it for bronze.
Right.
He got a medal, but he didn't run it for bronze.
Right.
So I'm sure he's still disappointed. We're disappointed. I thought we were going to see it. There's still only 2 people. Think about this in the history of the Olympics.
Right.
Only 2 people have won the 100 and the 200 in the same Olympics.
Right.
Carl Lewis and Usain Bolt. And Usain did it 3 times.
Yeah.
That's how rare that is, man.
Freak.
That's how rare that is.
Freak.
So I look at Michael. I look at
Noah
Lyle. I think he's good. I want to know, actually, since he is saying that he's hurt, will he be able to run the 4x1? That's a question we got to have now. Because
let's answer the young fella now.
Yeah. So is he going to have the strength to run a 4x1 now if he is feeling this way? Because if COVID usually takes, he said he knew about it after the 100.
Right.
So he was getting there. He ran the 200. Didn't have a good 200 semi. He lost. He was second in semi.
Right.
So if he still is that way, can he run in the 4x1? He could still, if he can, that's a good chance he can leap out there with 2 goals.
Right.
because Jamaica's not as good. Jamaica didn't even make it to the 4x1 finals.
Jamaica has just fumbled this entire Olympics.
This whole Olympics, they were not to be found.
I don't know what's going on in Jamaica, but Jamaica didn't show up this year at all.
They were gone, so it was surprising. But let me ask you, seeing the people, because a lot of people go talking about, he was sick, he was hurt. What are your thoughts when you saw him lose? Because sometimes, I don't care how well you are. Right. Sometimes some people just a little bit better on certain days.
So I'm going to continue to say this. So much preparation went into the 100. Yeah. So much energy. Yeah. Dude, I just think the 100 zapped him. With the prelims and the qualifying, and then to run the race that he ran, I just kept saying, dude, it's no way that he's gonna double up.
It's tough,
dude. It's tough. I don't think people really understand the energy that's exerted, and of course, you breeze through around, but you're still exerting. I mean, they had to run with 6 races for the 100.
You run a prelim, a semi, then a final.
Right.
You break off of that.
Yeah.
Then you got to get your body wound up.
Right.
Prelim, semi, final.
Dude.
So you're running 6 races to get it.
This is what I'm saying. Dude, and I know these guys train 4 years for this event, just whatever. The body can only handle so much. It's only so much the load that your body can handle. So, again, you just brought it up. It's a reason why only 2 guys have ever done this.
It's not. And Logo on the goal on the 100 was a torso win.
Torso.
0.05.
Right. They both ran 9.79.
He ran 0.05 faster than the dude before him. You know how fast, that close that was?
Dude. And I got to say this real quick because, I was watching the 100 with some guys, and it's funny how as we get older, they were having a conversation about, like, dude, guys are running like that when we was... No, they weren't.
Come on, man.
No, they weren't. I was calling all the fast people I know, and they were like, dude, like the best time I ran was like 10.8.
Yeah.
No, guys running 9s.
The fastest I've seen in person was Tyrone Poole. He ran a 10.35. He made it to the national. He lost.
Dude.
Think about how to be at a world-class stage. Dude. Nobody in that race, the slowest time.
9.91.
The loser in the 8th spot.
9.91.
Nobody broke 10. And people say we could have did that. Nobody broke. Carl Lewis would have been in 8th place. Think about Carl Lewis. His fastest time was 9.94.
Dude.
He would have been he wouldn't have made the finals probably at this time. I want y'all to think about that. Go back and see Carl Lewis' fastest time.
Right.
He would have been last place today.
Right. Right. Let's stay with the Olympics real quick because the USA men's basketball team, Steph went crazy today. They've earned their way to the gold medal game. Serbia had them down. I got bogey.
Hey, I need him to be like that when he come to Atlanta.
Yeah, whatever. Well, he got like one problem. Yeah. He wasn't up 11. But that's neither here nor there. Your thoughts on the USA men's basketball?
Okay, gonna give you 2 sides of it.
Go ahead.
First side is
must be 2 sides.
It was a great win.
Yeah, they finally woke up.
But the future of in American basketball, because here's why: they had to have Durant, Steph, and LeBron on the floor at the same time.
Yeah,
in order to get that win.
Yeah,
because when they brought Ant-Man, Drew Holiday, and the kid from the Celtics with the bald head now.
Yeah, Jason White.
When they had them out there,
we were down by 12.
We were down by 12.
Constantly down by 12. No
balls were being shot. So they had to go with a 39-year-old, a 35-year-old, and another 35-year-old.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there like, LeBron got so much gray in his beard now. He looking like somebody's uncle for real. He looking like Uncle LeBron for real.
LeBron, time to let that hair go. You and KD, it's time to join the club, dog. Time to go ball.
But I sat there and looked down like, man, this is great. They coming back. And first of all, when you got Jokic and Bogey doing what they doing, Serbia got them a couple of ball players on that team, man.
Yeah, Jokic was like, don't bring Bron them back in.
Cause he was like,
leave this lineup out there. We gonna win.
We eating on Anthony Davis. We eating on this lineup. They ain't playing no defense against us, man.
Right,
we eating on this lineup. And it was just like, it was a great win. France is gonna be tough with Wembanyama, and you know they got Batum, and they got some players on that squad.
They got some players.
But that was just like, I kind of looked like, we've been talking about this for years. When those three guys retire, who's stepping up?
Yeah.
Jason Statham still got on some nice dress clothes. I don't think he pulled off his jersey yet.
Yeah, I mean, he continued. But he's going to be on this team so many times.
Hey, he good. He'll be fine.
But he's going to be a main, him and all. These guys are going to be mainstays on this Olympic squad.
But it just looked like, man, we in a fight.
It's like a seniority list. If any of you guys like work a union job or you've been somewhere where they really use seniority, like that's just what this is. Tatum gonna probably run the next 3 Olympics.
And that's what I'm saying. It would just look like man, some old guys out there still playing.
Yeah, man.
They was out there balling. Great win. Needed it. It was great to see. I couldn't leave. I was stuck to the seat because I was like, hey, how they going to come back from 12?
Yeah.
But you kind of felt in there they still had a chance.
Dude, once they all just finally woke up.
Yeah.
Like say you got Steph doing Steph stuff, Bron going to the basket, then KD being the all-time leading Olympic scorer. This is what he do in the Olympics.
And Embiid even showed up this game.
Man, Embiid ain't nothing, man. Embiid. Why is Embiid on this team?
Because he said he couldn't play for Cameroon anymore because they weren't challenging.
Let's make sure when the Olympics go to L.A., let's not have Embiid on that team.
Wow.
Let's not have Embiid on that team. Wow. Yeah, I said what I said.
Wow.
They always say, I'm standing on business.
Great win by them. Last thing in the Olympics, man, America's been doing that thing, all that. But the sport, has there been a sport outside of gymnastics that you've just been watching and you can't turn away from it?
Archery. The archery was real dope. Man, they call it table tennis, but it's ping pong.
Yeah, ping pong pretty strong.
It's ping pong, and and not to brag, but I got a mean ping pong game. Yeah. But I don't think it's that vicious right there.
They start off like they ain't gonna hit it. Yeah. Tap it.
The body language and the gestures and the movement and the way they hold the paddle.
Your hand-eye coordination got to be so dope.
Dude,
because if it
when they at the end of the table, like they 10 steps from the table and they return, dude, holding the paddle the way they hold the paddle. Yeah.
Two sports I didn't know I would be that big of a fan of. Water polo.
Water polo is very dope.
I love when they try to get in through the hole and they get fought up a little bit. You get yanked back a little bit.
Yeah.
And handball.
Handball was very different.
I didn't think I would like a sport like that.
I'm waiting on breakdancing because
when is it coming out?
It's gonna be like the last event.
Okay.
Yeah. Because quiet as kept, I should have made the breakdancing team. Like I can still win me.
Okay.
I can still win me.
I see it 92 maybe, but come on, man.
Dude, I can still
24?
win me. Dude, I can still win me. I can't pop and lock, as efficiently as I could back in the day. But my footwork and windmill game, strong.
Also,
strong.
Surfing kind of got me watching too, because that pretty dope out there in Tahiti what they were doing.
Diving, love me some diving.
I'm thinking I can judge now. Up too much splash.
Right, dude.
She was parallel.
The angle.
Yeah, she went right.
Your angles like you got to go down in that water
Nah, you see me, I'm gonna lose all the water come out the thing. Right
yeah, I just want to see somebody do a cannonball from up there. I just old school
off cannonball and turn it into
dude. Come on, man. Come on. Add some creativity to this thing.
Turn it into something else.
Yeah.
And we'll keep it going, Base Show. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. NFL talk, man.
It's back.
Here. Everybody.
It's back.
Okay, so let me just do my public announcement. I heard that y'all keeping stats during camps.
Yeah, people going 131 passes without interception. Yeah, I've seen that.
I understand, guys. I understand.
I have a PSA too as well.
Let me finish mine then.
Go ahead.
I understand, guys. It's an important thing for you to be relevant in 2024 and to say things like this quarterback has not missed a drop pass or this one. Y'all do know they can't touch the quarterback, right?
They're not rushing. They're not rushing. Everything is about 3/4 speed.
Kurt Heinrich, that's his name? No.
Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, cousin him.
Kirk Cousins. You like that?
Heinrich was the basketball player.
Yeah.
Cousins can't be touched because if they won't even let him run fully.
Right. He tried to take off the other day and they shut it down.
Yeah. So I get it, but please don't tell me that the preseason is for making your roster.
Right.
Your starters are set.
Right.
Your starters are set. So please, for me, don't break down stats. Don't show me that one film. Don't do like Colorado. Show the pass start one way and end another play.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And it was in the other end zone too, so that's neither here nor there.
Don't do that. I get it. Y'all excited. You're trying to get the followers.
Right.
But the people who know that it's good to see them do stuff good, but until the whistle blow. And the pads are on.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of y'all think y'all 7-0-17 going for, but then when they get out there in the real game, we won the 7-0-7 championship.
Popping.
We won the 7-0-7 championship. Right. Why we can't win on the field?
But we can't run lead. We can't run power.
That 1 yard drag worked in 7-on-7. Why it ain't working now?
Because the lineman right there, dude. Like the quarterback throwing from a super clean pocket. It leads to my PSA.
Step up to the mic.
Well, it leads to my PSA. Just enjoy preseason.
Just enjoy it.
Let's not overanalyze it. We're going to see Stetson Bennett.
Absolutely.
We're going to see, I love preseason because we get to see guys who probably never, ever are going to play.
You want to see the rest of the season?
When the regular season starts, they're going to have on like fresh New Era hat. They are going to, have a little earpiece in the ear. You're going to see one quarterback holding his helmet like this so he can hear the play.
And they always the first one when they show a timeout. The guy with the fresh jersey be the first one in the camera.
Yeah,
walking up to the quarterback.
Because he listen. That's his TV time. He told his girl, his cousin, them. They were like, yeah, there goes Stetson.
Yeah,
Stetson gonna get a lot of clout in the preseason. Well, they say Jimmy G is sucking, so Jimmy G might not even make the team. But 2 questions I have for you.
Yeah.
Because 2 of the biggest stories, I think, as we head into the NFL season.
Okay.
1, and I know people are going to be like, here you go again. Trevor Lawrence. Now that he has the paycheck, he's paid like a top 5 quarterback. Can Trevor get it done in the AFC South where it looks like C.J. Stroud has already taken a sort of a slight lead ahead of Trevor?
This is year what, 4?
This is year 4. And this is for, and let's just throw away the rookie season.
Yeah.
Let's just throw that away because his coach was just wilding.
Where they were saying Trevor was.
Greatest prospect since John Elway and Andrew Luck.
We need to be seeing the 4,000 yards this year.
Right.
We need to be seeing the 40 touchdowns. We need to see a 2-to-1 ratio or 3-to-1 ratio, touchdown to interceptions. This has to be a year what the Jacksonville faithful can say, we going to be something. Because if you look at the great ones, Maceo, your 4th year, after that first 2 or 3 years,
everything
they separate themselves.
Everything changes.
This is where everything separates themselves.
Yeah.
If he ain't separating himself this year,
right?
And you talking about a class where it was him. Who else was in this class? You know this stuff better now.
Yeah, he had a load of class,
but he was the top of the class.
Yeah.
If Jacksonville has got to say this is the year, Trevor.
Yeah, so it's him. Tua got paid.
Yeah,
that's Justin Herbert. That's their quarterback.
That's the class.
Everybody in their class has gotten that big deal.
So, and you will be judged by those guys too.
You will.
What is Tua doing? Tua against Miami. Tua got weapons. No lie. He's got some
Tua got a 4x1 relay team.
He can just throw it up and they go get it.
Yeah, Tua like just the first leg. He just getting the ball out to somebody.
He can do that. But this is where Trevor got to separate himself. This is the year where he's making those plays. He's not making bonehead plays. He's making this team to where where he can let the team look at him and say,
right,
all you need to give me is one person. This is what we can do. I'm telling you, this is what we can do. He has to have the year. I haven't felt it yet.
Yeah.
He's had a good year last year.
Yeah.
But they are paying you still in year 4, Maceo. They paying potential money. They ain't paying.
He got it.
I mean, if this has got to be the year 4. So I'm very much looking for what he's going to do. I'm waiting to see what happened in Pittsburgh. I want to see that dynamic.
It's starting to sound like Justin Fields could be QB1.
Is Russell going to be the backup or Justin?
It sounds like Russell can't stay healthy.
Because if Russell has got that wear and tear and he's still singing goodies with Sierra and raising future son, we got to get.
You so petty.
I know.
You so petty.
I know.
You so petty.
Still got flip flops.
And Russ he stay calling the boy Little Future.
He do.
Jesus, the boy don't he got his name can't be Future.
No, it is Future.
Jesus,
whatever his real name is. But anyway, Justin is a part of that class too.
Yeah.
And he's with a solid team.
Yeah.
So Justin gonna have a team that's got a good defense.
Yeah.
Solid players around him.
And Arthur Smith really liked Justin during the draft process.
Yeah.
He really liked Justin during the draft process. So that's just another question. And my other question, Jordan Love. From week 7 all the way through the playoffs. 21 touchdowns, 1 interception. He got paid on his super potential.
Right.
The question is, how does he adjust to the NFL adjusting to him?
That's gonna be
That's what I want to see.
That's the big question because
what I want to see.
If he caught people by surprise that last half of the year,
right?
To what Green Bay was actually a really good team.
I mean, dude, should have went to the Super Bowl because they should have beat the 49ers.
Now he's got the limelight. When people it's the difference between he's a good player to where we're expecting you to be a good player.
Right.
So now we got to see where he's going to be, what he's going to do, and it's going to be very interesting to see that. But I think, Maceo, it's time, man. We're going to go ahead and
let's
our
do it,
guests
man. Let's do it.
Come through, but you can let the guests can come on back. Come on back here, guest.
Yeah.
Answer the door. We
coming to the stage.
We'll let them get in. We need like a doorbell or something.
Right.
Let
me get my new seat.
Oh, yeah.
From East Point to Buckhead, College Park to Bankhead, dopest sports talk show on the radio. You heard what I said. Big Maceo and EGlaze, highlights and big plays from the East Coast to the West Coast, from Oregon to Georgia State. Touchdowns and home runs, slam dunks and long run. Athletes and sports junkie. If you got the knowledge, come get you some. Call in, let me hear your thoughts. Sound mad, get your team lost. Jerry Jones, cause I'm the boss. Call in, let me hear your thoughts. Crush, Jack, yeah, black on.
Oh, we're back, man. Hey, make sure. We got guys who got some good shirts on. My shirt tight, theirs loose. Who is it, make sure?
Man, LigoSports. We're gonna let Rodney introduce these guys, man. Introduce the gang, Rodney.
Hey, we appreciate y'all having us.
No doubt, no doubt.
You know, LigoSports, my guy, co-founder, Landon Robinson. We are a new startup. So we are focusing on this whole AI piece.
Okay.
So we're taking this to a whole new dynamic for these coaches. Right now we're, getting into this football season. So, just empowering coaches, time-saving tools, taking this whole scouting and opponent scouting to a whole nother level. Just taking that information that they're utilizing from Huddle, Game Changer, whatever it is that you're getting these CSV files from. We're taking them and simplifying it, taking all the guesswork out of all of that data that you're gathering, trying to figure out what to do with it after you retrieve it.
Sit up so I can make sure.
So
I'm gonna be a hater for a minute.
Yes, sir.
Please do. Why are we bringing AI into football, man? Tell me what I missed. Talk to me. I'm so old school. You gotta realize I'm a 90s guy. I'm still pen and paper.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He got out of coaching before Huddle became president.
Yeah, when Huddle started getting out,
he retired.
I was still the guy that used to drive to go get the tape from the coaches. But talk to me about
saving you time. Now you don't got to drive. Waste your gas to go ahead and then try to figure out if the tape still work.
Yeah.
Right?
So, gotta find a VCR.
Yeah. And I still got some DVDs, but yeah. So I want to ask this question. AI and what it can bring. You guys are talking about the technology and doing that. What have you seen missing in the game of scouting and producing that you feel you can bring to the sport?
Right. So I think when we talk to coaches, we see that they really want deeper analysis. They get certain analysis with some of the software tools they're using, but some coaches is like, oh, I want more, because everybody's trying to find that edge to win. Right. So we think that our platform gives the deeper analysis that coaches need. And also sort of like the real time analysis of, oh, okay, if I need to do this, let's adjust. So it's helping them sort of strategic plan, and I don't think a lot of tools out there, at least as far as we see, can quite do that.
Okay.
And I think if I can, just to touch on it, I think also just taking the guesswork out. So a lot of times when you get it, what can you do with that information, right? So a lot of times what we also heard is that some coaches don't know what to do with it because it's so complex.
Right.
Once you gather it, it's formations. It's a lot of different nuances that they're dealing with, and we're trying to simplify that. So that whole AI piece just instantaneously puts that in your hand. Get you back to coaching, getting these kids on the field, helping them develop, getting them ready. And a lot of times that component is missing too, because you're spending so much time trying to figure it out to game plan.
Right.
So we're saving that time. So that AI piece, you know, you got to embrace it. Right?
Well, also too, you know, why not AI? In the next 2 or 3 years, every facet of our lives is probably going to be touched by AI. So you might as well embrace it now.
Be in front of it, because you don't want to be behind it.
Yeah, and it is, you know, I would joke that between the last 50 years that we've been into sports, technology just kept getting faster. We can't keep up with it. Yeah. I mean, you still got to play the game, but if you can just learn and do more things. So we're all for it. I'm glad that there's two brothers doing this, so we're very, very happy that you guys are doing
No
this.
doubt about it.
Appreciate it.
You guys were in Texas, and you rolled it out in a football crazy state. Talk about the feedback and how did the coaches like receive it?
Man, it was amazing. I think you know, there was some competitors there,
right?
And you know, what differentiated us is, like we talked about, this whole AI piece. This whole AI model is different. A lot of it, like Landon mentioned, and he's the tech guy, so he'll dig deep. I'm trying to just simplify it in its lamest terms, but you know, they were like, "Oh, we need this." Like everyone we spoke to, but not even just that. You know, just from the football side, the softball, baseball, because those sides are so analytical. When we, you know, shared that with those coaches, it was you know, they were just, their minds was just like, oh, sign us up immediately. We want to be a part of this, make our life easy, see it, because, you know, it's going to allow for them to understand where they, you know, their batting lineups, how to make adjustments. Like this whole, like this technology it's scary, but it's also good. Because,
necessary.
Yeah, I mean, it's the easiest term is to be able to say that it's going to give high school sports pro level analysis.
Right, exactly.
So for minimum cost. So right now, you know, as you see, NFL constantly got the Microsoft Surfaces on the sideline. They're spending millions and millions of dollars. So imagine these coaches getting those necessary resources for a fraction of the cost. Wow. And the technology is going to allow for them to have that. So it's going to change, you know, coaches. It's going to change the athletes, the student athletes. So you have to embrace it, or you're going to be far, far behind.
Yeah.
So talk to me about this when you're an athlete. Mm-hmm. And, you know, now with Huddle, you can break it down. And I'm not trying to get too technical, but I want to send this from you guys to somebody. What all can be broken down in your system to send to teams or put it on social media? What's the advantages of your system that can help them out, an athlete? We talk from an athlete perspective.
Yeah, sure. So from an athlete perspective, you know, data is king. So once we have the data on the team, that means we probably will have it for the athlete. So the way our system is set up, once we have the data, we can actually analyze how well that athlete is doing. So once we have, for example, I can know if a kid for the last 2 games had 13 targets and he caught 1 pass. maybe I nudge a video to him that says, "Hey, here's how you look the ball into your hands," or how
Right.
Here's how you build rapport with your quarterback off the field, like to have that.
First of all, you hit 13-1, Coke will be like,
Might not be on the field.
Get him out the game.
look, you saw what the system said, 13-1 catch. I mean, come on.
Out of here.
Right. I'm just, so it's like, you're right. To your point about the coach, like maybe the coach got so much going on, like he's not playing the kid and he's not worried about how can I get this kid better because he was 1-13 the last 2 games, right? So it's like we're focused, also can focus on the athlete where we provide training, provide additional tools for them to get better.
Wow.
And then on the flip side, and this is the one piece I'm really excited about, like this whole recruiting, like I know, Rodney, your daughter getting out there trying to get scholarships. Mm-hmm. My kids weren't that gifted to do that, but I know guys that, out there trying to get recruited. And it's a slog. I mean, it's time consuming, right? So our system actually sort of helps with that. Like, let's go identify the colleges that best fits your stats profile.
Wow.
Let's go help you figure out the best email to write when you're talking to this coach or that coach.
Wow. So you can Rodney, you can determine maybe these schools may fit you better.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes. So the whole the data associated with a player. So he answered your question, but it's deeper also. So the way that we envision it and the technology is letting us is that as it involves, what we envision from this whole recruiting and student athlete side is a player card. He's going to say, what does it take to look like an EGlaze or Maceo, right?
Yeah.
You want to go D1? This is all that is needed. Outside of your attributes. Like for football, it's your attributes.
Yeah,
which
size, speed, yeah.
But that can also be included. He didn't want to deep dive, but I'm going to do it. So it's the technology is catching up to allow for it to happen, and we're saying to look like you got to be working like this. And he spoke on that piece of providing the clips and all of the information you need to know that you're on par to end up at a University of Georgia. And then on top of that, like he said, you don't want to go there because they already got 5 recruits on the running back side. This school is in need.
Right.
And we also are trying to evolve it to allow for them to be able to send that information to these coaches. So if the technology allows for us to take it where we believe it can go, you should be able to see what the next LeBron James, this is how they envision AI. And this man can speak to it. I just think...
Yeah, I think we're on the cusp of, like, I'm a technologist, so I've been around this stuff for a very long time, right?
That's
so
crazy.
the speed at which technology is moving is at a rapid pace, and I kid you not,
It's changing every day.
the stuff, and we talked about this before the show, the stuff that we're doing now, just 12 months, 18 months ago, we could not even do it. We couldn't do it. So the fact that we're trying to stay ahead of the game. I'm not trying to replace coaches, but at some point, the AI can pretty much anticipate plays, call the right counter plays, because we have all the data. Once we have all the data, and it probably would be more like a very powerful assistant coach. But in order for that to happen, next time, real time is coming in very, very quickly, and we're just chewing on the real time data.
But it's crazy because just think about this. Most staffs, NFL, NBA, big time college football, you have a guy that runs analytics. You have a analytic. You have a department.
Yes.
And this is what they do. They take all of the data and they come up with these plans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They use it for the draft.
Yeah.
They use it for I ain't asked you, did you watch Hard Knocks, the GM one? Anyway, when the Giants were trying to decide which receiver they would take, so they bought Neighbors, Harrison, and Odunze. Mm-hmm. They brought them in. The analytic team loved Neighbors because when they put in all the data, he was more explosive. He had they were like spitting out all these numbers, and it was like, so we were told that Marvin Harrison was the best receiver in this draft. analytically, it was Malik Neighbors. And that's why they took him at the pick they took him, because it was like Marvin was gone, so you had a Doomsday and Neighbors. But it was like, if Neighbors, we ain't wasting no time, because analytically, he fits what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So it's how you got to time out. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So let me ask this, because I'm gonna be the petty one again.
You are petty.
In your research, how, I won't say accurate, but how reliable has been the data that you guys have been able to produce so far? I mean, I know y'all still learning and growing, but what have you been able to see from what you've been able to do so far?
So what I've seen working with some coaches is that, so the way the data comes into our system, like we ingest the data from the coaches, and we actually rely on the coaches to annotate that film.
Okay.
So they go down and annotate, and we don't have a good baseline to judge.
For those like me, annotate what that means.
You tag every play. You tag the player on the play.
Okay, right.
You tag the formation.
You throwing them big words out there, man. Slow it down a little bit.
So we rely on.
What was your SAT score?
Hey man, I'm the math guy.
He's the tech guy.
I'm the old side.
You got to simplify.
Yeah, man. I'm the numbers guy. But go ahead though. But yeah, that's awesome, man. And I hate to be rude. How did this come about? How did you two? I know y'all might have talked the pregame, but I just got here late because of traffic. So, what made you two get together and bring this great product together?
So
I'll let him tell a story.
This is my guy. We've been working together for a long time, and like we said, our kids play sports.
Yeah.
So, happened to be on the soccer field, just watching. I'm a math major too. So analytically, I'm looking like. And it's old school. So the way things are being evaluated, it's all from the coach's perspective, right? But if you're watching the game, you're saying, okay, well, they may have more flash, but like you said, with Neighbors, his numbers. So if you're looking at it, you're saying, well, that person really isn't the best player. It's this quiet one over here that's quietly providing. So with that, and, I just called him and was like, yo, what's your thoughts on, and he's like, oh, man, we could definitely think about that. So and his kids was playing sports too, and we just, like we said, we just constantly back and forth, just brainstorming the idea, and as we were doing so, the technology was taking off from that.
That's what's up.
So...
Yeah, because I was coaching rec for my son's basketball, and I was very annoyed that I couldn't get his stats. Like, they had it written on a piece of paper, and I'm like, I need to look at it later. I'm not thinking about grabbing the stat sheet when I'm leaving. Right? So, it started off as us trying to, make it available to the parents, and then it sort of moved into let's manage the game for the coaches, and then it was like, that's not really moving the needle. And then we found out that, coaches really care about stats. They really care about self-scouting. They really care about scouting the opponents. And that's when we started really leaning into the analytical part of the data, the stats.
That's what's up.
Another just piece of this, I'm thinking NFL Combine.
Mm-hmm.
MLB draft. Everybody starting to just always talk about the analytical parts of these athletes. Do you guys think it would ever be a time where there's no need for us to run the 40? There's no need to run the 60. All we need to do is just get height and weight, because the film and what's being tagged, that's all we need. Do you honestly think that it's going to come a time?
It's possible. It's no telling where this AI is going. I think, in my opinion, a lot of these professional teams are already integrating AI into the data they already have. They're spending millions and millions of dollars to get that edge, because everybody, think about it. What's the cost of a bust draft pick? Right? So,
but
so at some point in time, so sometimes, they got to figure it out. We already wasted $20 million over here. We might as well just go ahead and just integrate that $20 million into this whole model and figure out if they can save us, a little bit of money so that we don't be making the mistakes that we make. And so that's, in my opinion, that's a possibility.
Well, I think for sure, definitely. Well, I guess the way I see playing out with NFL, they're a huge corporate. They make money, they print money, right? So they love the combine. Like, I see college coaches, college recruiting probably changing before NFL does, right? Because these D1, D2 colleges, they spend a ton of money recruiting, right? If a coach doesn't have to go travel as much, it's going to save him some time. If a coach doesn't have to look at this film or go try to get especially with the kids that don't pass the eye test. Eye test is you got a 6'3",
super eye test,
250 dude that's swole. Like, you're not worried about those kids. You worry about the kids that don't pass the
tweener guy.
Right, exactly.
The tweener guy.
So I think you'll probably see that before you start seeing NFL not doing a combine, where you're going to start seeing recruiting get easier and easier and easier for these college coaches.
Just let y'all know if y'all got any questions. Me and Maceo are looking in our feeds, and so if you got anything to these gentlemen, please let us know. We repeat it. The thing about that, this will also help with NIL, not NIL, but these portal transfers. So now these kids want to go to a different school.
The portal.
Coach can say, let me see what these numbers have been. Not only I seen you on the field, you look like a beast, but you're telling me I'm great, but your film ain't showing that, but also your stats ain't doing that. Right. So your openings at this time. My question is, how many people have y'all introduced this to, and what's been the feedback y'all have gotten from it?
So we've talked to probably over 80 to 100 coaches when we go to these conferences. Okay. And like we were saying earlier, like the feedback's been really good. The one thing that stands out with me with the feedback is saving the coaches' time. Like, they want to really get deeper now. They really want to break down the film. They really want to see trends and tendencies, but they just don't have the time. Yeah. So we heard that a lot, where this type of solution will save them time, right? We're working with a couple schools, high schools in Texas, and they're really excited about it. I'm excited about it. We're seeing some really good things. They're giving us feedback on the product where we can go in and change it. So it's been pretty good so far.
Yeah, so we started off in baseball, right? So we were in Texas. So we went to Michigan, we went to Texas. The reception we got in Texas has been huge, right? Because it's so competitive. I mean, it's the largest, one of the largest high schools for, oh my God, just that whole state. So they're looking for an edge. So if they could find it, it helps. So from the baseball side, and then it was like the baseball coaches just talking to their football coaches. Or one of them is a football coach. So he's like, oh, talk to my OC. So it all made sense. And, now when we went out there, it's just like, this technology, and they're like, oh, we need that. So again, they're saving time, but also finding that edge and understanding that it's a time saver and it's helping the coaches. So they're like, let's get back to the field, let's get back to the game planning, and let's get these kids prepared.
Come on, GHSA. Don't let Texas and Florida,
that's the big seven
and freaking Michigan. Right. Don't let them. I don't want to argue with nobody from Texas no more. I just don't. I don't have the energy. Georgia, this program is in your backyard. What are you waiting on, coaches? Let's go.
With that, though, let me ask this. Out of all the coaches you talked to, which sports have been more eager for this system?
I would say, I think it's a toss-up between football and either baseball or softball. Because baseball and softball, like, they were made for analytics, mainly because the game is at a slower pace. You can capture so much more data.
True.
So I think they're about neck and neck. But when you start talking about some of the analysis you can do in baseball and softball with pitches, pitch types, and pitch counts and different scenarios, it gets really crazy. And some coaches just really get off on some of that stuff.
This crap, my mind is blown. My mind
sitting there like, dude, just I'm a math.
Yeah, he's
I'm getting up with the technology, but I love numbers and data and things of that nature. When you're break down, give me a scenario of what a football team would get out. Like if they say, You talking about players, you talking about plays. Can you do tendencies? What else can you do with the AI that can spit numbers out for these people?
Right. So I think an example is sort of like down and distance in different situations. So when you start talking about, so I'm doing either self scouting or opponent scouting. As an OC, I want to know exactly what this defense will do in these different type of situations.
Right.
We can talk about formations. We can talk about even a hash. We can talk about play direction, left or right. Right. So it's those type of metrics and like that we can figure out just based off of that simple set of data that you get just play by play, just tagging it play by play.
OCs, self-scout yourself. You'll break a lot of your tendencies
Yes.
if you self-scout yourself.
Yeah, we have graphs that show that if you're balanced or not. Like we were showing this graph of running left and right. No, I think it was running pass on third down.
Yeah.
And the tendency was you was going to pass. But then we also showed another file that showed it was like 48 to 52. It was more balanced. So when you're self-scouting, you want to see that balance on certain situations.
All these. Can y'all run something else? Can you get this quarterback under the center?
Yeah.
Let the running back run down here.
But it's so crazy because that self-scouts piece. So, like, say, if I got all my 3rd and 5 plays, and it seemed like 80% of the time I'm throwing a curve flat concept, I need to throw that away on 35 because if I'm seeing it, the team that's scouting me,
they're like, hey, they running that curve.
Hey, corner, just drive. Just drive because this is what the data showed that he gonna run.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
What in have you seen from yourself about this product? What makes you excited about what you guys got going on?
I think about where the technology is going. I think, as we're speaking and he's, just showing me the AI stuff that's coming out and we're having these discussions and it's about, focusing on these kids, how to make them, player improvements, how to empower the coaches. I think that whole piece is what's exciting. It's like whatever they're thinking, it's a possibility, right? So we've talked to an OC in Texas, and he's like, okay, I'm used to seeing those things, formations, the blitzes. What about these tendencies of just something that he would have never thought of?
Right.
And the AI piece potentially can allow for him to be able to just type that in, and it'll spit it out. So he'll be able to change his game on a fly.
Right.
And he's like, oh, you guys could do that, potentially? And, we're spitting that out as we speak to be able to show him so that, and their season's about to start. So,
I'll be talking trash. You can type all you want. I'm still coming. I'm still blitzing on this down 3rd and 3. Here we come. Double A gap. Here we come. You can type it in the computer.
They might know that, so they're going to switch it up. So, and we think as the data is inputted, they'll be able to see it and be able to know, like, okay, and hopefully it'll be balanced. So they won't guess that he's going to be you coming from the right or the left, and they'll be able to counterattack that.
Well, I can see it can work for both.
Yeah,
I'm a defensive guy. I'm like, ooh, usually on 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 7 plus, they like this is their
right.
So it's going to be not only you. It's almost like chess.
Right.
The data says this. They get my data. What I do.
Right.
Who gonna figure it out and make the bet? Because it's still the Jimmy and Joe still got to make the play.
Yeah, right. To your point, for sure. Like this, we definitely don't want to, act like analytics is the only way to win. Like you're right, you still got to make a play. You still got to go and do your job.
Got to catch the ball, like you said.
It's kind of like a complementary tool. Like one thing we were showing in text, like our we call them stat cards. They're shareable, so coaches can actually share it with players. So now players can actually have homework and they can go through and look at, on 3rd down, this team is probably going to do this, or
get that text, make sure you like,
dude. I mean, just think about this because we grew up in a playbook era.
Yeah,
had that playbook. You had to go to team meeting, a position meeting with a notebook and take additional notes. Everything for these guys on the Surface Pro, on an iPad. and it's only gonna get crazier.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's what the generation's used to. Like,
Yes.
you know, I call it the scroll generation.
Yeah.
They have to have everything on their phone. So
Yeah.
why not put it on their phone?
Way no more.
Was that the thought process for you guys? Because everything, you know, we talked about it pre-show. Everything is instant.
Yeah.
Everything is right now. Was that like the forward thinking part of when you guys were putting this together?
No, I think like what you're saying, the technology was evolving, and he's so in front of it. It was just like, hey, what we doing? Oh, we warped and went this way. We
just fell
pivoted,
into it.
you know, and like having communication with these coaches, and it's like the easiest thing they want is to take what they got from Huddle and drag and drop. So that's what we're providing.
Right.
It's a drag and drop.
Right.
It's a you got your CSV file. You already highlighted everything you needed to highlight. Now you want to know what to do with it. We're gonna simplify that for you. Grab that file, drag, drop, and it's gonna spit it all out for you.
When did y'all establish this? How long have y'all been doing this? I think you said.
We just went live. I think we just went live this year. So you know we're fresh.
From the idea to where it is now, how much has it developed?
What, about 2.5 years, maybe?
Okay.
We've been sort of grinding on this. It's been a labor of love for the both of us. And, you know, like I said, we kind of started off one direction of kind of the game management, and we just felt like it just wasn't moving the needle. So we just kept looking at it, analyzing this whole situation, and found this. So, yeah, I think it's kind of like that perfect storm where we want to do things, but now we know we can because technology is like right along with us. Like technology is riding the car with us when we're talking about what we're going to do with some of these things, and it's just right place, right time.
Yeah. Do y'all ever like wake up in the middle of the night and be like, oh, it's another idea? That's what those creatives do. That's what the creatives do.
All the time.
Like me
it
and
doesn't
him,
stop.
I'd be like, hey, dog, I just thought of something.
Yeah,
Right.
We stay communicating.
Yeah.
You got to. You gotta stay in front. So we consistently we communicate daily, multiple times. You know, he sees stuff, I see stuff. We just making sure that we're right there.
You got one of those setups that how you got like six computers like the Matrix.
No, I just got 2 monitors, a couple laptops.
They probably got some certain, you know, some just sitting around.
Feel like how Neo was. Like, yeah, okay.
What's the future?
Man, for me, like, so for software, like we're used to interacting with software a certain way.
Yeah.
Point, click, you know, type. But it's no secret that the way the technology is moving, we're gonna have to change the way we interact with computers. And I'm pretty excited of some of the technology, and if we can be thought leaders of how you interact differently with the software, whether it be voice, whether it be video, whether it be images, audio. I'm really excited about that future.
And AI allows it to be real time too, right?
Yeah, if we have the data, if we have the correct data, right? That's a little harder now because again, you're talking about real time feed, and actually trying to understand what's going on.
But I'm saying, like, if you got a team and you say it's 37, you know, it can pull up for you. And put all the data in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. So now when we see him out there on the sideline, mates, we're gonna be like, I know what y'all doing.
Yeah. Coaches probably don't even want to do that.
They gonna have like 3 guys that are hired with pass in their hand the whole time. Coach.
Yeah, put it in his ear.
But it's crazy. Think about, like, you go to games now, TV's on the sideline, coaches
they
got
bring it up.
and now you got this other, just one more tool. Mm-hmm. Come on, coaches. What y'all doing, coaches?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. One more tool. It's an opportunity. It's one more tool to assist.
You feel smarter, Glaze?
Oh yeah. I mean,
you feel smarter?
I don't got a coach. I'm just gonna. But I'll be saying, I remember when y'all started.
Right.
Let me ask you this. So I do it with you with this one. What makes you happy about this? What this product and what it's able to do?
I think, you know, from the concept, of where it started. Like it started because our kids was playing. Yeah, it really is. You know, so you know it started from soccer. You know, and where it's headed, and like you said, the technology. 12 months from
it's crazy.
This point, it's like wow. You know, so we're excited that of the possibility. So if we're focused on getting it right, and if we get it right, it'll be a benefit for a lot of individuals. So my daughter's done. She's a senior. She's committed. She's playing. But for the kids coming up behind her, I'm
about to say y'all ain't testing your kids. Y'all ain't did that yet. Y'all ain't throw their dad in there.
No.
Hey, come here, dad, to throw in.
Hey, come here. What's this? Hey, man, we appreciate you guys. I want to know, tell people where they can find you guys and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, go to our website, LigoSports.com, L-I-G-O.
Spell it for you. See?
LigoSports.com. We taking sign up. We can reach out, give you guys a demo, and show you all the goodness we've been baking.
Yeah, we're excited. So again, Legal Sports.
Are y'all on social media?
Yeah. So it's Legal Sports, IG, Twitter.
So now when you do all of your post-show production,
I'll give y'all a tag. Make sure we get it in there.
Yeah.
I'll finish with this, Mace, and we'll wrap it up with this, Mace. If we would have had this, would it have made us better coaches, or we'd have still been? Here's the thing that, okay, I'm evil again. I want to be able to pull up to. I'll be like, come here, man. You talking about your son?
See, that's the evil me. See, that's me.
13 targets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, go on back up there and get some popcorn. Let me go.
This would have probably ran me out of coaching faster because, I mean, again, I don't have to bring you in the office no more. And just like, or listen, what are you doing tomorrow? Just pull up on your son. Don't tell him you're coming. Just stand on that end of the building and just watch your son.
Yeah, the numbers don't lie.
His body language don't lie. But now I would have all this stuff. Oh my God, it's like 2 kids I'm thinking about right now. I send this dude, this one dad. I sent his dad a file so long, like, hey, listen, here you go, bro. Here you go. Like, he would never stop.
Every time he look,
he was like, Coach Hurd, leave me alone. No, because you keep telling me your son is a first team All-American. The data don't lie.
Yeah, I'd be one of them nerds. Be like, you want to pull out the numbers? I got them right here.
I got numbers too.
Yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen, man. Any shout-outs y'all want to do or anything like that?
No, we appreciate you guys for having us.
Shout out to Hassan Graham for making the connection.
We will definitely be in connection. So
Yes.
We're going to probably do some follow-ups and some holler at y'all.
So what we need to do is walk them into a couple of those team meetings that people are always inviting us to.
Yeah. So y'all
absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll definitely we'll love the show.
Hey, Johnny White, be like, hey, I got somebody. I need you.
We got people that want y'all. We talking, but we got some people for y'all.
Yeah.
All right, so man, we thank y'all for coming, man. Keep doing great. Of course, y'all family now. You came into the studio. Y'all like the 4th guest, so y'all spend.
Yeah, listen, I feel smarter today too. I got smarter today.
I still don't feel like I catch your day stuff. I mean, I like the numbers, but
well, I mean,
your numbers, guys, should be simple for you, man.
But you know what frustrates you typing on AI and start trying to figure out your sentences for you. I didn't want to say that. Maybe I didn't want to say that.
As soon as you start, it try to feel like, bro,
I didn't want to say that. I ain't tell you to put all that in there.
And why y'all had that feature anyway?
Hey man, so thank you everybody. Thank to our guy John back there, engineer.
Well, Brandon, shout out to our photographer 3 Cent. He's here.
I told him to come in.
He's texted. Oh, you see him?
Yeah, I told him to come in.
Listen, that joker there, we started at 7. Yeah. He's talking about, he texted me at 7:07. Bro, we live.
Want the door closed, man. I'm gonna have him hope we come in with them so we can get him in.
So you saw him all the time.
I was like, and then I thought I texted John.
Man,
anyway, man.
Brandon, whatever, man. Whatever, Brandon.
LigoSports, thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
And we'll see y'all again next week.
Whatever, Brandon.
We appreciate you guys.
Whatever, B.
Peace.
From East Point to Buckhead, College Park to Bankhead. Dope.